Well, surprising news has come from Square Enix. They have sold a bunch of their restaurant IPs and studios to the Embracer Group, parent company of THQ Nordic. I'm gonna go over all the details today, what it means and more. So hang on, make sure to subscribe to the channel as we dive into whatever the heck Square Enix is doing. Alright, so Square Enix announced a few hours ago that they entered into an agreement with Embracer Group, AB, for Embracer Group to acquire the development studios Crystal Dynamics, Eidos Montreal, Square Enix Montreal, and a huge catalog of IPs. Those IPs include Deus Ex, Thief, Legacy of Kain, and arguably the biggest name in the sale, Tomb Raider. Beyond this, there are more than 50 back catalog games that the Embracer Group will now own. In addition, they now employ 1,100 plus employees across 8 global locations. So Square Enix is just about selling off their entirety of their restaurant division and IPs, except for Just Cause, Outriders, and Life is Strange. Square Enix, at least for the moment, is holding on to those IPs. Purchase price, around $300 million. So wow, first blush, only $300 million. That's not entirely a fire sale, but that is a big steal for the growing Embracer Group, who recently spent over $1 billion for Gearbox. Beyond the details of the sale, I feel like the next order of business is we gotta talk with a big question. Why? Why was this sale made? Why did Square Enix sell? I'll tell you the response, and then I'll go over why I personally feel like they made the sale. Square Enix's response is that they sold because they wanted to move forward to launch new businesses and investments in fields including blockchain, AI, and the cloud. Square Enix's president is heavily invested into these, regardless of pushback, and he has made it quite clear over the last few months that this is where Square Enix is headed. But I personally feel this is only part of the story. Square Enix has struggled as of late, especially in regards to their restaurant IPs. A lot of them have underperformed in their eyes, or in some cases outright bombed, and has caused a lot of grief for them as of late. So I feel like them selling these studios and IPs off was a way for them to cut off what they feel is dead weight and possibly clean up their presentation while focusing on their other IPs, games, and plans. Reasons aside, I feel like there is huge potential growth for these newly sold IPs and studios. We have a potential of seeing new games and franchises we haven't seen in ages, as well as possible better games than before. Embracer Group has money. They have acquired a ton of game studios and IPs over the last couple years, with the plans to, of course, capitalize on them. They are emerging as one of the biggest third-party publishers in the world, and it's almost like they have come out of nowhere. They own Koch Media, with subdivisions of Deep Silver and Vertigo Games. They have Saber Interactive, who has a ton of smaller studios, and of course THQ Nordic. And that is only the tip of the iceberg. They are becoming massive, and with this sale today, and they are growing even bigger than before. So where does this leave Square Enix? Well, they are obviously a little bit smaller now, but again, I feel like their focus is to regroup and grow from there. They still have a bunch of IPs, of course, from the Japanese studios, but we're most likely going to see new games in the Life is Strange series, Just Cause, and I presume Outriders. Though with that said, I feel like I need to at least address a bit of a rumor going on around them. That rumor being that they are planning to be sold. We've seen a lot of acquisitions these past couple of years, with IPs, studios, and even publishers being bought and acquired. Square Enix is one of those that seem to be on the hot plate as of late, with the rumor mill going on about it being sold, mainly because of the hiccups they have had, but even with those hiccups are known for some big IPs in gaming. Look, any studio or publisher in this age could theoretically be acquired. That's just fact. I predict we're going to have more before this year is out, and of course Square Enix could be a part of that. Just feel like right now at the moment that this sale doesn't necessarily mean that they are being sold, or even looking to be sold. Between the company's message and the fact that, honestly, I think a lot of those stars have been the restaurant division, I feel like this is just a way to hopefully improve and lighten the load to be better. Anyway, that's my thoughts and feelings on today's news. If I hear anything more, I'll update you, either by throwing a comment down below or if it's big enough by providing an update video. Of course, I want to hear your thoughts on the matter, what you think of today's news, as well as put down below what games you would love to be seen made as a result of this acquisition. Like the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you're not yet a subscriber, then make sure to slap that subscribe button so you never miss a single video. Thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing, have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you next time.